Thank you so much for joining us today for a Season of Love book signing. We really appreciate you coming out and spending this afternoon with us. I'm going to introduce today's MC. Tyrone Dubois is America's premier award-winning R&B historian. He has been seen and heard on TV One's Unsung, the award-winning web series Do You Know?, the Cheryl Underwood radio show, and numerous television commercials. He is a best-selling author of The 4 Seasons of R&B and the creator and producer of the new television show also titled The 4 Seasons of R&B on Kelly. Please welcome our MC for this afternoon.
Testing. Hello there.
Hey.
How you guys doing?
Great.
Y'all can do better than that. How y'all doing?
Great.
Better? Let me first give a shout out to, before I talked about the Glamour Penz, let me talk to you about this one right here, Monique. She said, Glamour Penz, she did it very nice, very sweet. She said, please report to the, up here to the table. She was sweet. Then, they didn't report on time. She saw him over there in the back. She said, hey, get up there. Never seen him move so fast. Glamour Penz was moving. First, before I begin, let me congratulate each and every one of you. To do a book, particularly something of this nature, of a collection, is something that's extremely, tedious, hard to do, and we all go through that. As a person who's written a book myself, I just gotta say, congratulations, first of all. Let's show some love for this. So I'm going to ask some questions, and I believe that they will answer one by one, because my publicist is up here. She don't play. She's like Monique, just a little rougher. That's my publicist don't play. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, so I'm going to begin by asking, who are the Glamour Penz? And each one of you tell me exactly what Glamour Penz is and what it means.
Hi. Well, the Glamour Penz are the bodybuilder left the dance floor steamed. Me and Mitchell started slow dancing, and I don't slow dance. Now, not normally anyway, but we did. And it was to Stephanie Mills' I Feel Good All Over. When I tell you I enjoy Mitchell's arms around my waist, man, I felt like we were the only ones there. I'm raindrops.
Y'all got some kids in here? Let's check. All right, let's check.
Damien got off the elevator, overwhelmed by the clear and quiet night. He walked across the street and slid into his midnight blue BMW. He opened the sunroof as he turned onto the 405 heading home to Irvine, the satellite radio playing gangster rap as he began thinking about his evening. Have I changed that much? Am I that different? I am Glamour Penz Zena.
Jackie looked around at all the couples smiling and laughing.
She studied her staff and all the food she had prepared and prayed. God, if this is meant to be my companion, then continue to allow my work to bring me joy. If you want me to remarry, then perform a miracle. I'm Latanya Kermashay.
February 26, 1993. Dear Diary, David said he loved that I was a hard-working, independent, God-fearing woman. He said I was exactly what he had been praying for. All was well until I came home and saw him modeling one of my little black dresses. He said the dress was like one his mama used to have, and he was just wanting to see if he could look like her in it. Even though a red flag was up, I stayed. I just have a weakness for tall, chocolate, and handsome eye candy men. Lord knows that it's my downfall. But I'm 34 years old now, and it's time I ended things with David and those dresses. I think I'm meant to be single. I'm Glamour Penz Javita.
Preston was intrigued with Leah. He thought about her on the way home. He was really surprised that he enjoyed her company and how much fun hanging out with her. He thought about asking her out, but decided to talk to his therapist first because he didn't want to move too fast and start something he would regret later. Deep down, he found himself hoping Leah was different. I'm Glamour Penz.
This section is a touch of love. Suddenly and unexpectedly, I felt a soft tap on my shoulder. I turned, and there Dr. Pierre was, tickling those keys and singing happy birthday to me. Only one breath away. With one slight movement, we would have danced a lip tango, which would have been all right with me. In the midst of Dr. Pierre's serenade, something crazy but good and unfamiliar happened in my heart, my mind, and in my body. I'm gonna stop there. I'm Glamour Penz, Dr. Linda Marie. Love unexpected.
Let's go back to this lip tango. No, I was kidding. Okay, ladies, now you could have chosen any type of particular genre to use that includes, like horror stuff or mysteries, self-help. But this book, however, is a collection of love stories and as well as drama and life stories. So what had you inspired you to do this particular type?
Well, what inspired us was a conversation that we all had at a book club. And we just noticed that basically we all had stories about relationships. So, whether we are in our teens or older, we all go through different types of relationships. So we came together and each person wrote their own versions of their drama, love, romance, and drama.
Okay. Oh, good. Next, go to the next question. Okay, there we go. All right. And what inspired you, Zena, to write your individual story?
Well, my story is part fiction, part true. So I was just inspired by events, by actual events, but I had to, put a little extra into it.
Extra.
To make it more interesting.
We love the extra.
Yes.
That's what it is.
So what inspired me was mine's is about a life story. And I threw a little bit of fiction because I want to throw people off, But that's basically how I came to write. I mean, there's just so much out there, out in my head about romance and about relationships. So I just decided to tell a little bit of my younger days.
We want to know. She's still laughing about it. There's a whole lot going on in them younger days.
What inspired me is, first I'm a writer. That is my gift from God. And and imagination is also my gift from God. So what inspired me was to use my gifts from God. Use my gifts from God.
What inspired me was these young ladies were talking about writing a book, and I didn't want to get left behind in case they started making money off of the book. So I said, well, they're writing a book, let me throw something in there too. That's what inspired me.
Y'all get y'all cousin. That's my girl.
What inspired me to write this particular story is that I worked for FedEx for 30 years. So I encountered so many things and had conversation with so many people. And you hear things around the station. So it is a fiction, but it's easy. It was easy for me to run with my imagination with this story.
I believe that love is a topic that we can all connect to. It's the glue that binds us together as family, as friends, and especially with that love interest. Love is powerful because I believe that love comes from God, but yet it can be unpredictable. It can also move us to do things that we may not ever believe that we would do in our lives, but yet either in our imaginations, in real life, in our dreams, love will move us. And so that inspired me, is just to talk about that one thing I know that connects us, and that's love.
Okay, so I've got a question because a lot of the stories here are involved, speak of love. So what does love mean to you?
Love for me is really commitment. Really want to be in that particular relationship. It takes work. It takes God. And mainly, you just want to be there, you know? So it's so hard because sometimes people say what they want but don't know what they want. And you should always have a guideline of what it is that you want out of a relationship before you even embark in a relationship.
Love to me is complete and total commitment, unconditional commitment to someone despite flaws, despite any circumstance, is complete and total commitment to someone.
To me, God is love. And what does that mean? It means action. Through the Bible, God always had an action. Pick up your mat and go. That's what Jesus said. Put this on your eyes. So love to me is action. Whether it's your neighborly love, your sibling love, your sisterhood love, your parental love, is action, right? So when you see your neighbor in the morning, wave at them. Say good morning. Let them know that you see them, that they matter. That's love. You have a sister in need, you want water, I got a whole table back there full. Go get her a bottle of water. Show love. So to me, love is action. And God is love.
Support.
She can go on the red carpet with me anytime. She knows her stuff. I love Jamila. That's my girl.
Love is deep affection, trust, and communication.
Love to me, it's a gift to be given and to be shared unconditionally without looking for something in return. Love abides in that purest place, hopefully purest place is in our hearts. So love is a gift.
Okay, ladies, I have a question, and it is about the main character in your book. And if you have one, does the main character in your story hold a special place in your heart? And if so, why? I wasn't sucking my teeth when I said, why? Just why?
So you just had to ask that question.
Gotta know.
Yes, the character in my story, the main character was, I could now really speak on it. He was my love of my life. doing tragedy hit, and I didn't know how to live. Like, I lost my sense of relationship, commitment, you know, all that. So when the ideal came up to write this book, I had to release, and this is my release.
Mm-hmm.
The character in my book is a man, and it's loosely based on someone that I met a few years ago, but no special meaning.
She put her finger up, but ain't no special. I don't see them.
The main character in my book, Jackie, is fictional, but she's loosely based on me because I am hopeful for love. And yeah, she holds a special place because in the end she wins.
Well, my book is fiction, so you know that it's something that I just thought of. So, let me see. I would just say, just be hopeful in love, and I'm hopeful that. Yeah,
You find love.
Hopeful that you find love.
Absolutely.
Thank you, Tyrone.
That's what I see.
My character is fictional and has no special.
She all mad. Oh, me.
My character is, she's real.
Yeah.
She's real, and she still dreams of love. She's a woman who's pretty refined and conservative, but she lets it all loose. Because that's what she wants to do. And guess what? She did it. She did that thing. So you got to read more to find out about her. It's real character, real parts, some imagination. You be the judge.
It's that lip tango that I'm talking about. So with all of, and I know that it takes a lot of planning, ultimately, and a lot of thought. What do you hope that the readers take from your story?
That relationships, when you really love someone with your heart, your mind, your soul, that life, God has his plans for that relationship. And I wanted you to know that no matter what had happened or do happen, it's always going to be a hope. It's always going to be work. And the memories are always going to be with you, no matter what.
I think people should remember that to be careful when looking for love, because sometimes there are people out there that don't have the best intentions, but don't ever give up on trying to find love.
I will want readers to take away, to appreciate the love that you have right now. So in my story, my main character had the love of her daughter, she had the love of her friends, she had the love of her parents. And while she was appreciating the love that was there, God introduced more love to her. So appreciate what you have now and expect more.
I would like for you to take away to look for love, not through your eyes, but from your heart.
I would like for you to take away from my story is keep an open heart, and whatever come your way, regardless, you will meet someone, but regardless of what your past was about, just keep that, even if you had a reckless past, keep your heart open for that right person to come your way.
I think the first lesson in my story that I would like for everyone to take away is that we have to love ourselves first. We have to know what love is. We have to love ourselves first. And when we love ourselves first, then it's easy to be able to give love. Then we can open up to love. Second lesson is that no matter what, love can still find us. We don't have to look for it in all the wrong places. Love will find us. When our hearts are filled with love, our actions reflect that love, then love will find us.
Yeah, I totally agree. One thing that I've always told one of my daughters all the time, love is not a feeling, it's a behavior. You gotta remember that. Always there. Okay, will there be a sequel to the stories in which you've written?
Well, I don't know about sequels, but there will be more.
Hey, it's okay.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yes.
And the journey continues.
Okay, now if your story was made into a movie, who are the celebrities that would star in it?
So to play me, I'm gonna tell y'all right now, Jennifer Hudson.
Mine is a guy, so I would say Idris.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll give Tyrone a shot. He could be Eddie. And to play Jackie, Gabrielle Union.
I guess I would have Viola Davis play me.
Lamont Rucker, who played in Greenleaf.
Which one?
He played in Greenleaf, the son.
Oh, okay.
I ain't gonna take my man.
I would have either Sanaa Lathan and then also Vanessa Williams. She likes to dance. Lip tango.
Need to copyright that. That's pretty good. Okay. If you could talk to one successful author about 3 questions about writing process, or books, what would you ask?
I think my person would be, I never say her name right, Yvonne. Claudette, who that lady?
There it is.
I would ask her because she knows, I mean, her whole thing is about family, relationships, and all of that. And I think I've been a fan of hers since my 20s. And every time I have an opportunity to meet her so I can ask those questions, it never happens.
What was the question again?
Absolutely. If you could ask one successful author 3 questions about writing process, or books, what would you ask?
That's a good question. I never really thought about that. So I'm gonna pass the mic.
I would ask, how did you get your publishing deal and how can I be down?
I would ask, how do they stay inspired?
What Javita said, also, do they go away, like when they get a character for their book, do they sit with that character, or do they, what's the process of them writing that particular character?
I probably would ask, what's your advice for new writers, new published writers, and what are the steps to be known worldwide so that you can share the lessons within your writing? That's what I would want to know.
Here's a bonus question. Tell me about the struggles that it took for you to write your part of this book. If people are here and if they see you and they see that you completed it, tell me about some of the struggles in which you had when you were writing your portion of the book.
My struggle was, how much do I want to put out there and be transparent? Because you know your church family is looking at you, and you know, it's how do you do that? The writing part was fairly easy for me. I think sitting down just to write, for most people, sitting down and believing you can do it is the hardest part. But for me personally, it's like, wow, do I really want to say that? Do I really want to put that out there? I said, you know what? Why not? You know, it goes through everyone's mind. So go ahead and put it out there. So that's what I did.
Mine was putting it together, writing it down, and letting it flow like I want it to flow. It's like I could hear it in my head, but just putting it on paper was a challenge for me.
Okay, since mine was in diary form, my struggle was getting all of us to finish.
So that was my answer. My struggle was getting everybody to turn their stuff in, to be confident in the work that they have submitted and stop trying to rewrite and rewrite again. And to get it done, man.
There's gonna be an argument after all this. It's coming. That started some mess.
My story was loosely based off of a guy that I actually met, and he was so interested, and there was so much that I wanted to put in the book, which will be in part 2. But so my struggle was organizing his story and fictionalizing it so that it wouldn't be so close to his life. But so my story is just organizing it and then taking the time to write.
So, in my story, the thing is, I had so much to go with, okay? So there was more than one character, if some of you that read that book. So I didn't know if I should go with that character of the story, tell that story, or should I tell this story? But I felt the healing was more important, so I kind of rewrite. Then when you start writing, I got all these things going on, and then the deadline was coming up, right? I said, now, you better pick one, because you can't be telling it all like that. So part 2, 3, 4, 5.
I have another question though. How many of you were afraid when you began writing the book? By a show of hands. How many of you were afraid? What was your biggest fear?
Mine was, I was thinking like, when am I gonna write? But I have to put something in this book because I know that these ladies are gonna do something with this. So I just said, okay, let me do something.
Because fear is what drives us to some degree, right? A lot of times we'll start something, and even when I'm on television, after they put that pancake stuff on my face, I'm like, okay, now I got to be ready. And somehow or another, we've just, we're in fear. But so, what drove you once you were afraid? Were you more afraid that you wouldn't finish, or were you just afraid to write at all? Not a trick question, just
To write,
Yeah.
because it was something totally different for me. So, like I said, to put it down on paper, like I said, I've heard some of these stories, and to use my imagination, but to put it down, and then wondering, is that a good story? So that was a fear. So I overcame it.
I just want to applaud everyone, because I think for all of us, the fear is people judging us. What are they going to say about my story? They're going to think I'm not smart. They're going to think this is me and I really did that. Who cares what people think? Don't care. You guys, I turned 50 and it is freedom. I don't care what you think. This is what I want to write. I'm writing it, like it, love it, eat the meat, throw out the bones.
Okay. What is next? Will any of the stories that you have become plays or movies? And will there be a podcast?
So to answer that, we are considering plays. There will be a podcast. We also had an opportunity with, you might be familiar with him, Nelson Miller, to do an interview with him live on TV. Unfortunately, he couldn't make it today, but he reached out. He saw our little book thing on Facebook. And
It's not little, it's big.
I know, but
Okay.
but no, the little cover we have put on Facebook and stuff, and he reached out and said, hey, I want you guys to come on my show. I was like, really? So anyway, so that's in the works
Good.
to do all these things.
Because this is not a project, this is a labor of love and a project, and I mean, to get it done from front to back is major. Not just with one person, with 6, that's huge. That's really big. Show them some love. I mean, you gotta know. What keeps the Glamour Penz together? What makes this a great unit? Y'all can cuss each other out later. What makes you a great unit?
Tanya, by us, yeah, no, you are, you make us great.
Aw, thank you, Donna. You guys, let me tell you something about Donna real quick off topic. I had a great idea to start Pilates at 6 in the morning. And you guys, she joined me. So what makes us great, I think, is the support, the sisterhood, the honest friendships, the trust. And yeah, it's something unique to find. It's a true blessing to find and to have. So I'm grateful for each and every one of you. And yeah, just knowing that I came into the group, so we're also Red Hatters. I came into the group because of Javita. She also does these fundraisers once a year. September 30th, get your ticket. She does fundraisers, and she reached out to me for my talent doing PR. And then she said, well, we're also Red Hatters. And I came to a meeting, and they just embraced me. And they showed me so much love. So, yeah, just the support. And there's plenty of Red Hatters in the audience right now. So, love and support.
Javita ain't playing. She's just. And how? Oh, do you want to answer? What makes you? Okay. So how can these wonderful people stay connected to the Glamour Penz?
You can engage with us on social media. If you have your phones, and if you have a Facebook page, you can go to Glamour Penz, Facebook/Glamour Penz. You can follow us on Facebook, and then you can use hashtag Seasons of Love and hashtag Glamour Penz, PENZ. And then you can also purchase a book. They're $15. Our dear friend Jeanette is in the back at the booth. You can purchase your book today.
How did you guys come up with the name Glamour Penz?
Look at us.
Hey. That's it. Okay, it is time for a question and answer. Anybody have any questions out here in the audience? All it takes is one of y'all and then everybody. Y'all know how it works. You just need one of you to do it and then everybody will have a question. Who's got a question?
I'll do that.
Dan.
Get it started. Are you guys happy? This is for anyone. Are you happy that you wrote the book? Oh, yes.
Y'all want to elaborate?
Yes.
That's it?
That's it. Why are you happy that you wrote the book?
I'm always happy to accomplish a thing. To me, success is finishing what you start.
A lot of times, when you're with a friend group, you'll say you're going to do something and you just never really do it. So I'm glad that we actually did it and finished it.
And for me, this is new for me, but however, for years now, I have close friends who said, you have a lot to say, you need to put it in the book. And so when we all decided to do this book, I was like, is that God telling me, girl, jump on it? So yeah.
I'm gonna put a different twist on my answer. You asked, am I happy? For the past 2 years, it has been really rough in my life. Both of my parents passed, and I was in a depression. But these ladies, we came together to write. It gave me like purpose and positive energy. I never told you guys that. If you notice, I didn't make it to too many Red Hatters meetings. I just couldn't come out. But you ladies coming together to write, to form a team of writing, it was fun and it gave me a purpose again. So I'm excited, yes, because I'm not in that hole that I was in. So thank you. Thank you so much.
Any other questions? There they go. That's what you.
My question is, what advice would you give regarding this whole process to an aspiring book writer?
I would say start writing what you feel every day. Jot something down, and just stick with it.
Just do it. Just do it.
Don't worry about chronological order because you'll never get done. Just write your thoughts down, and then when you're done, piece it together.
I would say just write down something, and if you need people to look over your information, you just, like I would do was just call them and say, okay, is this right, is this right? Because you never know if people are gonna like your stuff, so.
Yeah.
But you just do it anyway, whether they like it or not, because people will buy it. They like it.
Just do it.
Set time every day to write. Make it a priority. For me, skip the notepad and paper. Just get out your laptop and just start writing. Just start writing every day. Touch your writing. Every day, touch your writing. And then when you look 4 or 5 months down the line, you're going to have something to work with. So for those of you who want to write, don't think about it. Get your laptop out and start writing.
Got another question right here.
It's just a word of encouragement. Someone invited me here to your book signing. But I want to encourage you women that we need to hear the stories. For far too long, we done sat in the closet and held on to these stories that have traumatized us in so many different ways, and we don't hear the story. Especially, I don't want to tell how old I am, but we need to hear it. And I want to encourage you ladies to keep on. I don't know what your part 2 or your part 3 is going to look like, but I am just overjoyed and overwhelmed that you guys have a panel up here to discuss about your journeys, because it's not enough books out there to discuss our journeys and what we had to go through, how we triumphed through all of that, how we talk about how God has brought us over and we got the victory and all of that. So that's all I have to say.
Very good. Thank you. Like she said, everybody sees the glory, but they don't know the story. They need to get that. Who else has a question? Nobody else?
It's for Javita. Do you actually have a diary? Is that something that
When I
you
was
do?
younger, I did. I really did. Oh, sorry.
When I was younger, I did have a diary. And you know how they have the little key thing and all that, but yes. I probably still have it in my closet somewhere. But this is not.
Okay, any other questions? Any questions at all? Anything? No? Okay.
That's it. So thank you guys for coming. Don't forget there are books at the back table for purchase. We are available to sign your books. All of us will gladly sign your books. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for spending your Saturday afternoon with us. And grab a goodie bag on the way out.
Show some love, everybody. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen,
How you doing? Doing good. That's good. That's good. Your husband doing good? Look, getting ready for our trip, and I'm so ready. Oh, no, I'm so ready. And I want to go to. So that's on the Vegas. We had,
I'm sorry.
every little, you know,
Okay? And I'm talking about, we gonna do better, but them groups, red shirts, red shoes, cowboy hats, they even got, some of them had their, I don't know what kind of, okay, so not the members jacket, their logo, with the rhinestones going across, girl.
That's how we did it. Our president here, we came out here, she looked beautiful. We were all about it. But it wasn't when we had to start taking $50. She got ready to go work. She was like, if you were coming, you were going to be right. Everybody got paid for just getting everybody good.
Let me say this. I asked one of the girls out, I'm not saying no name, I'm not doing it. And they stood out and looked good. They looked good. Yes, they were. They looked good. You saw them. See, they ain't gonna remember us. Even though we had on our little stuff, but we did wear, one day we did, K-Stop church. We wore that Saturday. But it was good. Down to the flowers and the now I bought us a scarf. So we all could have on the same scarf for college. That's the only thing we had together. I told them, some of them, we gonna have to put our name tag. I'm looking into it, but I just got a count, so it's 30, but I told them, this group can get it now. New people, same size, so it'll be exactly like this. I want a whole bunch of different stuff. Because this is
we have our usher badges at church.
Find out what it is.
Okay, I'll let you know. Because it's all kind of different badges. It's not for church stuff.
Yeah.
But that's right, because we do that in the same time. Somebody else is doing it.
Yeah.
They got to wear a mask.
Yeah.
So, my president said, no, I'm not saying. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to get one place there in this order. Okay. All right. Yeah, but they even have some people here. I got you.
We had so much fun. It was so much to do. And we weren't together. You know, you pick what kind of class you wanted to go to. And we ate at the same table every day. We did lunch together.
When you talk about the classes, I was listening, I was like, oh yeah, that's my kind of thing.
They had all kind of classes all day long. And you pick and choose which one
you wanted to
do. And they had bingo in the morning, bingo in the afternoon. Hi, baby. What's the matter?
Nancy getting on my nerves. We were all gonna have to meet. She sent me a thing saying I owe her $9,000. I said, hold on. I did not say I was doing close to free. That's an extra $4,300. So Karen talked to her yesterday. I'm sorry. Karen talked to her yesterday and she took it off. I said, all we want now, we need a hotel room. I'm gonna give her insurance. What?
The hotel is $150. That's $75.
Oh, that's it? Why should you charge
Why are you charging us $115 a person? So you need to tell me.
figure out what we want to do.
You need to tell me why are you charging an extra $115? Now, if you add transportation to go to the ship,
Then
okay,
that's
I'm good.
different.
I'm
Okay.
good.
No, but then they asked me to do round trip transportation.
See, that's what I'm talking about. See, that's what I'm talking
And I
about.
was like, she was like, oh, I thought,
But she
no, I
said,
told you
so
something.
you got this is the money. Yeah, this is the
If you
money.
do everything, it's about $9,500. I said, I'm not doing the pre-tour and the after tour. I got people to get home to. And I can't be gone for a whole month. I mean, I can, but I'm not doing
But so you got to stay in London a couple days before the cruise?
1 day. We get that 1 day. And we go in other places. And I'm good with 1 day.
Okay, to stay, no, baby, listen. To stay 1 day was $1,000.
You might think that's okay, but I don't. You looking like what? That's good.
No, I'm just thinking, I'm trying to think back. That ain't a lot though. But it's so much to see in London.
Look, here's the thing.
If I want to go to that means I should
You'll go
to
back.
London.
Okay, the trip was a cruise to tour London. The trip was not to tour where we're going to fly into. Where we're going to fly, we're flying into London, but we're going to a cruise ship. The trip is the cruise. Okay, the trip wasn't, so like we're going into Florida to get on the ship. Our trip is not to Florida. Our trip is to the cruise. Okay, now if we choose to go into Florida 3 days, okay, now that's something that we decide to do on it, but the trip
Is the cruise.
is the cruise. Okay, they presented us with a trip on the cruise. And then after we gave them our money, they added the plane and the boat for another $9,000.
Yeah, because I want to come home. But I do the free now. Because you know what I did? When I get up about the free, you got a chance.
Her free is $2,000.
That is expensive. $1,000 a
For
night.
1 day, $1,000.
That's a lot.
And then if we want to do the 3 days prior to, that's $4,000. She is too expensive.
That's not good. Well, when you got y'all staying there? In the package? No. We just staying there.
But I got my invoice. I was like, oh. She said, well, I can get you a better saying, because I'm just because you didn't get my thing. Because I sent it. Plus, I'm going to send it again. I put no on my news.
No, I'm not doing the post. You got the post, I'm ready to come here. I'm going to be honest with you.
After 13 days?
Yeah.
I can afford $150, but you need to tell me what's that
What it's for.
because the hotel is $150. That's $75.
So now you charge us $159.
And I paid that.
I paid that. You got charged.
Okay, so for her fee, for her fee for putting this together is $159.
So she
I
did
gave
another
this to her.
Not out of his person, but out of the room.
Yeah.
Another 115.
Well, no, because it's 75. Yeah, so 115 minus 75.
Right.
That's another fee for her. You gotta tell me what that's for. Because I don't need you to make a room reservation.
Right. Yeah, y'all need to eat.
It's probably like my nerves.
No,
They call me every day.
But we not already going.
Rhonda calling everybody.
But here's the thing.
Because you want to know where your money goes. So you don't look up all the things you want to do too. You know.
And then she said, did you see what she said? The excursion was going to be $900. Did you look?
I'm not going to see that part.
I said no, it's not. I didn't tell y'all that all day.
Oh, you about 900 all how many different stuff for?
Listen. It's it's 3. We on the cruise for 12 days. Okay, I'm gonna break it down for you. We on a cruise for 20 days. On the camp. 3 days on the ship. That's something we're gonna be up for. 7 days. Here's the thing. We all gonna be together for dinner. I'm gonna do a princess cruise. I'm not giving you no $900.
She said, "What did?" That's you have to go with first, though.
But then everybody was not going to do her stuff. They're going to
They want to do something different.
Everybody may not want to
And then they go back to jail.
sit down and eat the food. Sit down and eat the food.
And chill out. Yeah, walk around.
Next week, you got to enjoy it. For my son, on my ass. When I was reading, it's like, not all of them.
Yeah. I'm not going on that one. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm better than that one.
I've been calling. Call. She picks up the phone.
I think it was going to be expensive. I knew it was going to be expensive.
Because she had us.
The cruise is not
It's just, I'm just talking about everything else. By the time you get that and everything, the flight and everything else.
Listen, that's not it. It's going to be another charge. Let me tell you what another charge is. They got a video on it. She's going to charge package for all the pictures in the movie. No, she thinks she's going to make some. Because I take good pictures.
Yes, you do,
You know, I'm not paying for it. You know, so, but this is how she makes it. I'm not mad. It's just that she's redundant with the charges. Because I've cruised enough with Princess. When they first said it was Princess, I said, well, she's not getting nothing out of me.
I was like, this lady, she was like, she's not good. She thinks she's probably used to talking. Whatever it is she wants to do, she's got to speak. She's what's it called?
She's an agent.
Yeah. Jackie told everybody. It was like, oh, we just go to London. What was it, $1,300, something like that? And I was like, y'all could get that. So I'm not going to find that. That's how much it is. And then all the people kept on adding up. $1,300, no, London, we paying just to go to over here, 10 hours away.
Well, I didn't sign up for that one, so. But I'm looking forward to the East. We're going to get so many items did already, but I didn't know that we were going to Ireland, but it still wasn't kind of. I'm going to Ireland. Yeah. That's one thing about the cruise, you can get a chance to. That's what I like about it. Then if I choose to fly back, then I'm like, look, I need to fly over there and spend time. Yeah.
So for the Nashville, because it's coming up shortly, I am going to get on that and get some information put out.
Okay.
Well, I'm interested in that because I'm still my brother. I'm going to Nashville. I'm coming. I said I might have to stay a couple of days so I can see you. Can't go to Nashville and not see my brother. And I was going to
So, yeah, I'm going to get right on that. And airfare.
That's in April, right?
That's in April, but the further we get out, you know, we can look at something now that's $200-300 instead of waiting.
Yeah, because this is, let me see, I think they're taking the airfare now to April, I think. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, yes.
Okay.
I'm going to ease on out of
Okay, me too.
I told you when I saw I had to see them.
Because when I got on the elevator, he was already on there.
you? Retirement is wonderful. It's been a whole year. Every year with my whole family. Oh, wait a minute. I said that about a
That's why I say get your cousin.
So